大家好，下午好，等一下，今天是 DYNAMUN 6 Delegate Training，这是我第3次，我高中3年，我现在高3了，高中3年第3次踏上这个舞台，然后跟大家讲一下就是磨练的一些训练，所以我这部分我已经很驾轻就熟，那等一下我可能会多数的时间我会使用英文。那我看到情况不对，比如说大家今天听不懂，然后或者表现出很疑惑的样子的时候，我就会开始切换成中文，让大家比较好了解，比较好理解。那先简单自我介绍。My name is Vincent Ye. I am almost a graduate student from Uyghur Senior High School, and my connection with Uyghur High School has to date back to grade 7. So this is the 6th year of me being in this school. So it's my privilege to be standing here to tell you about Model United Nations and speak about my Model United Nation experience. I have up to 15 experiences. So I have attended Model United Nation conferences these 15 times, and the role that I played in differs. I served as a chair 4 times, 1 time as DSG, 1 time as an SG, and I have countless lecture experience. I have been standing on stage performing my professional expertise for a very long time, so you guys can trust me more than you look like right now. Okay, I will be majoring in English in college, so this is sort of my passion. My passion is about English and some related activities. So let's get started. So the very first question that most of y'all will be asking is that what is MON? Okay, basically MON stands for Model United Nations. So you guys all know what United Nations means, right? It means 联合国. So with the word model, that means warning. We're trying to simulate the actual UN debate. So with Model United Nations being held in Taiwan, this is the fourth year of me attending the Model United Nations conference of Uyghur. Okay, so the second point is very important. The country's representative, every of you will be representing one country. Let's say here is the delegate of Germany. Then you will not be speaking for yourself. You will be speaking for Germany. Okay. In this case as well, you will be speaking for Poland. So you will not be speaking for yourself. Forget about yourself. Poland's more important. Okay. So this is the very basic things that you have to keep in mind, that attending in Model United Nations Conference is not about you want to make a debate against somebody. It's about you want to be familiar with your country's stance and the information connecting to the topic that is regarding to your country. So with the first insight of what is MON, then the next thing I feel like I have to tell you that what do we do in MON? So the very essential thing is debate. Debate means 辩论, okay? We want to debate in Model United Nations. This is very, very important in Model United Nations. Basically, it's all about debates. So having the debate skill is very important, but beforehand, we have to know about the procedure of debate. Second thing is write draft resolution on your own. Most of you will not be knowing this term. Draft resolution, what is that? I'll explain it to you later. And then the third thing is discuss with others during lobbying time. Discuss with others, I think you understand. But lobbying time, what is lobbying time? This will be included in my lecture later on. So I have a video to show you. It's a MON video.
This
a second.
Series is brought to you by Selangor MUN. Join us this 5th to 7th August at KBU Glenmurray. For more details, go to selangormun.org.
Model United Nations, or MUN for short, is a simulation of the real-life UN, United Nations. You take the place of a delegate of a country or an international organization. The aim of the Council is to find a solution to the problems you'll be given as a topic before your conference. Just like in the real UN, you'll have a chance to draft resolutions and find a lasting solution to some important issues today, like climate change, the refugee crisis, and more. The aim of the United Nations in real life is to prevent conflicts and promote international cooperation. It's a forum for countries to express their views and make decisions together. To do this, there are numerous organs in the UN, such as the General Assembly, the Economic and Social Council, the Security Council, the International Court of Justice, and many more. In MUN, you'll get a chance to try to be a part of this. Resolutions are the heart of MUN. They are a set of rules and guidelines that countries in the world generally follow about a whole range of things, including human rights, carbon emissions, and war. In real life, these are drafted and debated throughout weeks and months, and they require input from a lot of people, like member states, experts, and even NGOs. MUN is all about cooperation, not competition. It's not a race to beat other people, it's about how well we can work together and overcome your differences in opinions. As a delegate of a country, you'll have to play your part by sticking to your foreign policies, but also knowing when you need to compromise with others for the better good. Different conferences have different formats for running a council. Prominent examples include THIMUN, the Hague International Model United Nations, HMUN, Harvard Model United Nations, and many more. MUN helps you pick up soft skills like research, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. If you're interested in joining a local MUN conference, then join the Malaysian MUNers group here. And if you're worried about not knowing what to do, you've come to the right place. And this series will do our best to help you prepare and learn the basics of MUN. Stay tuned for the next episode and see you soon!
Okay. I don't know if you fully understand the content of this video, but it gives you an insight of what MUN would probably look like. So if you feel like that this is not enough for you, this you still don't understand, you can just search on net, search Model UN, and it will pop out directly. Okay, next up, during the committee, the time in our committee would be separated to several parts. People, okay. Because my slide is not that clear, so I wrote it down by hand on my own. So the first thing is roll call. So roll call basically means like when you're doing the attendance sheets, you will conduct a roll call. So let's say I am the delegate of Poland and the chair. Chair means 主席. So there will be two chairs, one chair and one co-chair in the committee. And he or she will call upon our country name. Let's say if she says the delegate of Poland, then I have to raise my flag card and states either present or present voting. This is called flag card. It has your country name on it. You will be receiving it once you're in the activity. And I just said you can state either present or present voting, but what do they mean? Present is rather easy. It's easier to understand. Present means that you are here. And present voting means that during the voting procedure, you will pick a side. You will pick either you vote for this DR or you vote against this DR. So you cannot vote for abstain. Abstain means to 中立投票。所以如果你选择 present， 那你就可以投同意、反对或是中立。那如果你是投 present voting 的话，你就只能投同意或反对，你不能投中立票。So this is the basic differences between present and present voting. And during roll call, every country would have to state either present or present voting. And until every country is done with the roll call, then we'll directly be moving on to opening speech. Opening speech is not that clear, but I can, say thank you. During opening speech, this is a speech that you will deliver during the start of the event. So when you're starting off, then you prepare your opening speech at home, and you can approach to the podium and then deliver your opening speech. The length for the opening speech is 1 minute. 1 minute. So if you surpass the time 1 minute, then you will be asked to go back to your seats. And it has to address the house. But what does address the house mean? It means when you're on the podium, you have to make sure that everyone is listening to what you're saying, and you have to call upon your names. So it means honorable chair, distinguished delegates, and most esteemed guests. And then you start with your speech. And then what is the content of the opening speech? The content of the opening speech would consist of your country stance and information. So before you actually attend the event, you will have to prepare your opening speech, and it doesn't have to be too long, 1 minute, and it has to be consisting of your country stance and information. For your information, country stance means 国家立场, and information is the information connected to the topic. So make sure you have prepared your opening speech before you come to the actual event. And we will be moving on to lobbying time. Lobbying time, can you turn on the light? Can I have the light turned on? Yeah, lobbying time. Lobbying time is when there's a period of time, like 90 minutes, and then people would gather around, the delegates would gather around and then discuss about the topic. And during lobbying time, the most important job they have to do is they will have to write a draft resolution. So next up we will have what is a DR. A DR, light. DR stands for draft resolution. It consists of 3 parts: the heading, the preambulatory clauses, and the operating clauses. These are so hard. Sometimes I don't even understand what these means, but you'll get used to it. What's it for? It's basically about the solution to our set topic. So basically, what is in the DR would solve the problem. If it fails to solve the problem, then the DR will not be passed. If the country feel like it will be successfully solving the problem, then DR might pass. And then last, it will be written in professional UN language. So professional UN language, I will explain it here. Is it unclear? I'll try to make it bigger. In the very top, it says forum, and it says the committee. And the second is question. The third is main submitter, co-submitters, and these part, don't worry about it. Don't worry about these parts. Worry about these. These are the most essential that I'm about to explain. Forum means what committee are you in? Committee in Chinese is called 议会. So in DYNAMUN we have two committees this year. We have WHO and UNHRC. The topic that we're focusing on WHO this year is the coronavirus. Coronavirus that we're experiencing right now is quite unhappy. And UNHRC will be discussing about the Hong Kong protests. You know, 反送中. I don't know. You guys know? Okay, so those are the topics that we'll be debating about. But these are the topic are not committee. Committee is, it has a name and it is a organization. So let's say here is Economic and Social Council. So the short term, the abbreviation would be ECOSOC. And the second is the question. So the question is the topic that I just said will be 反送中 or coronavirus. And then third is main submitter. Main submitter would be one country that stands out the most. That would be the only one country that is strong enough, influential enough to address the problem. And the rest are called co-submitters. Co-submitters will be consisting of several countries, and that depends on how many countries are in your bloc. Bloc means a collective of countries that is in this DR. And one bloc could consist of let's say 10 countries. So there will be one main submitters, and the rest of the 9 countries will all be co-submitters. And secondly, these are called preambulatory clauses. You can see the 字体, the font is different compared to these one. And preambulatory clauses is for we write it for we wanna mention what is our motivation for delivering this DR, for drafting this DR. So these are not that important. These can be actually solving the problems. And these are very important because these are the operative clauses. Operative clauses would solve the problem. So these are the solution. So let's say our topic is coronavirus. So what do you think the solution would be? It could be we want to wear face masks. We want to keep our social distancing. And if the topic is Hong Kong protests, then the solution would be the negotiation between Hong Kong government and China government. So these are called operative clauses. Here are some phrases that you can use because, as I have said before, these should be used. This should be written in professional UN language. So the phrases is listed on this website. And here's a quick guide to write in DR. So you don't have to worry about too much. You just have to click into the website and then you'll find it out. Okay, so back to what we were saying. Can I have the lights turned on? Lobbying time. Afterwards, we'll be getting into debate. Debate is a very, very essential part of any modern United Nations conference. So debate means 辩论. So when we're debating, there will be only one speaker on the podium. Podium means 讲台. So one podium, have one speaker, and the speaker will speak about what he or she wants to say. And after a speaker has done his or her speech, the rest of the delegates sitting down here can ask him or her question. These are called points of information. I will explain it to you later. There are particular procedure dedicated for it. And the procedure that we're using is DYNAMUN procedure, the Hague Institute Model Unitization procedure. It was invented by the Netherlands. So Taiwan adopted this procedure for model unitization procedure for a very long time. So this is a very common one that you could know, and when you're attending model unitization conference outside of the school, these are still very useful. The last line that I write is it takes time to get used to it because the procedure is rather the most difficult part of the debate because you have to remember so many things. So I would not blame you if you could not remember all of the procedures. But after practices over practices, you could get used to it. So back to what I'm saying, the procedure. I listed two things. Now read it out. The very first thing of the debate. The chair will announce which DRs will be debated. So debate, we will have two DRs in a committee. And we will choose randomly which DR will be debated first. And once the DR that is about to be debated was announced, then the main submitter would approach the podium and deliver would read out the operative clauses and then would deliver the main submitter speech. So that's what I have written. The main submitter read out operative clauses, then deliver the main submitter speech. Operative clauses, as I have just said, it was the resolution. It was the solution to the problem. And the main submitter speech is what a main submitter would have to prepare. He or she would represent the entire block, and he or she would be speaking on behalf of the block and speaking about what their intentions and motivations is as they wrote their DR. Yo, give me a time. 1 second. Yielding is it's when the time are being passed to one another. All right, here. And here, delegates will be D. The C represents chair, and this is another delegate. When this delegate is on the podium, he's a speaker of the podium, of the entire house. So when he's done with the speech, he can choose to yield the time to the chair or to another delegate. So it depends on the situation. If he wanna yield the time to the chair, then it directly be yielded to the chair. If he wanna yield the time to another delegate, this delegate could choose whether or not he accepts the yield. If he accepted the yield, then the time would be going on to the delegates. If he does not accept the yield, then he has to yield the time back to the chair. So another thing that is worth mentioning is there is no secondary yield. If one delegate yield the time to another delegate, this delegate cannot yield the time to another delegate. He has to yield the time back to the chair. So this is what I mean by no secondary yielding, because there's only once that a delegate can yield the time to another delegate. Point of information, point of order, point of personal privilege. These are the common points that we will use in Model United Nations. So, points is part of the procedure. The procedure mainly is about points and motion. Point of information basically means when I am I am the delegate of Germany. I'm the delegate of Germany, and I would speak about my speech. When I'm done with my speech, yeah, and she just asked me, does the delegate open himself up to any points of information? This means that do I want to be asked? Do I want to be asked by other delegates? So points of information basically means questions. If I open up to any and all points of information, that means everyone can ask me a question. So points of information could be limited to numbers, like 1 point of information, 2 points of information, or any and all points of information. Any and all means all of y'all can ask me questions. And the second thing is point of order. Point of order is when I have something to ask the chair. I have something that I'm not sure, that I want to clarify to the chair. So this is point of order. Third thing is point of personal privilege. Point of personal privilege is like when I feel like the AC is too cold. I wanna adjust the temperature of the AC. Then I can raise this point. I raise points of personal privilege, and the chair would ask me, what's my point? Then I would say, I feel a little bit too cold. Can the staff adjust the AC? These are the points. And then those are motion. Motion in Chinese is called 动意. 动意 is something you would point out during a specific time, and during this time, the motion would act in the way it should. So the first motion is motion to move to the previous question. This is too hard, too difficult for you to understand, so I will explain it to you later. Explain it to you maybe the next lesson. Second thing, motion to a moderated caucus. Caucus means a break. This is a break. And moderated means control. So a moderated caucus means we want to take a break, but we will only be doing something that is regarding to the procedure, or regarding to you want to write some speeches that you would later on deliver, or you want to discuss about something when with your peer delegates. So during moderated caucus, you cannot eat, you cannot drink, you cannot go to the bathroom, or you can't play with your cell phone. It's inappropriate. So during moderated caucus, it's a break, but it's not that free. Third thing, motion to divide the house. Sorry, I wrote beside the house, but divide the house. Motion to divide the house is regarding to voting procedure. Here, but I'm not there yet, so motion to divide the house will be introduced later. Useful research sites. These will be sent to you so you can somehow prepare yourself with the knowledge included. And I want to speak about what to prepare during before you attend a Model United Nations conference. First thing is a laptop or an iPad, because you want to write the DR. You want to write the draft resolution. And then during long meeting time, you will be using it for a very, very long time. So a laptop or iPad is very important. Second thing is a nice suit. Western business attire means 西装. Every delegate has to wear 西装. So you make sure you have a nice suit wear during the meeting. And opening speech is what you have to prepare. Do you guys still remember the length of the opening speech? The length? How long should it be? Opening speech? No? 1 minute. It should be 1 minute long. Opening speech should only be 1 minute long. It cannot surpass 1 minute. And then pen and paper. Pen and paper is for writing notes down and taking some important information down. So pen and paper is also as well essential. So I'm done with the slides, but I feel like you guys are not you guys don't know about volume animations that much after I am done with my site. So next I'll be asking you guys to do some practices, and if you can take a break right now. Yeah, 10 minutes break. You're right, but I need some time to prepare my practice. Okay, so you guys can take a break.